Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. This is a large 4-foot AC wreath that I've used for a few years in my light display. I threw on some AC lights. It's 4 feet across, it's big, it looks good from the street, but it weighs about 25 pounds and I have to climb 15 feet up a ladder to mount it. So holding this 25 pounds, 15 feet, it feels a little rickety up there when I'm mounting it. Also, this year I'm converting my lights into an all digital LED display, and this isn't gonna fit in, so I'm gonna have to replace it. So stick around because today we're going to replace it with this. This is the Boscoyo Studio 42-inch ChromaWreath RGB. It has 3 rings with 33 pixels each for a total of 99 pixels. This is made out of 10mm Coro, and it's all made in the United States. This costs $45 in the US plus shipping. Okay, now let's go over the list of supplies that we're going to need for the wreath. We're going to need 1 strand of pixels. So this is 112 volt, 12mm RGB pixels. The directions say you can use either flat node pixels or bullet pixels. I'll do a comparison in a minute and show you the difference, how it mounts flusher to the wall with the node pixels. Nowhere in the product description does it say how to mount this to the wall of the house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use picture frame wire. I'm going to first take white duct tape and wrap that around the wreath to reinforce it where I wrap the picture frame wire. Put the picture frame wire on both sides, and then I'll use white duct tape again to cover up the wire. We also need an xConnect end cap. That looks like this, as opposed to a standard end cap. A couple washers to add to the end of the extension cord and the lights, and I have a 25-foot extension cord for xConnect. I will link to all of these in the description of the video. So just to show the difference between the node pixels and the bullet pixels, I have a couple node pixels mounted here, and it's recessed to fit those perfectly, and then some bullet pixels mounted back here. And the node pixels are flat, the cord sticks out a little bit. The bullet pixels stick out an inch behind with a recess. So the node pixels will lie flatter. It doesn't matter, either one will work. Before I put the wire on there, I'm going to reinforce these edges with the white duct tape just to make sure that the wire doesn't tear through. Now I'm going to take the picture frame wire and wrap it around the wreath. This is the back of the wreath. I have 2 hangers from the previous wreath that are about this far apart, so I think this will work. I'm going to cover this with the white duct tape so you can't see it from the street, and then we'll put the lights in. Okay, let's step into xLights briefly. I've created my wreath model. I'm going to select it, and then on Windows, if you right-click, you'll get this submenu, and it has a wiring view. And this shows us exactly how to wire this. So we're going to start at pixel 1 at the bottom center, and we're going to wire counterclockwise all the way to the middle here, and 99 is right here in the middle. This is that bottom center pixel. So we'll start here, we'll go counterclockwise all the way around to this pixel. We'll step in, do this ring around to here, go in again, go around, and this will be our last pixel. Okay, that's the end of round 1. Let's go again. You know, I don't know that these are going to stick into this single layer of Coro very well. It seems like they're popping out. I can imagine over time, yeah, a lot of these are popping out. I don't know, I'll check. Maybe I don't have them in right, but that's concerning to me. Hey, here's a couple of them. This one's popping out. This one's out. There's one over here that's popped out. We'll see. Yeah, so I just I have this OCD thing where I have to get every single one perfectly untangled before I put it in. There's no way I could like put it in like that. That would drive me crazy. I'm sitting here in my basement, which is the coolest room in the house, and sweat is literally pouring off my face. It seems like a long time until December when I'm going to hang this up. It's now early August. One criticism about the node pixels versus the bullet pixels is there is definitely a strong odor of uncured epoxy coming out of these. So I know they use epoxy to waterproof them, and if you don't mix epoxy well enough, it'll have this smell that doesn't go away, and that's how these smell. The bullet pixels have more of a just like a plastic smell, but it's subtle. I have 2 node pixel strands, and it's so strong that when I open the door to this room, you can smell the uncured epoxy. Okay, 99 and 1 left over. So rather than cutting this, soldering it, I'm going to zip tie this to the back. I'm going to put an end cap on here, and I'm going to leave it like that. I'll have 1 null pixel in my layout for this. Okay, I have the washer. That goes here. The end cap goes in here. It lines up with the notch. And this side is waterproof. That's it. Okay, so there's definitely a design flaw where the nodes aren't sticking into the wreath. So I just was getting ready to mount this on the wall. I turned it upside down, and within a few moments, a bunch of these fell out. I've tried to put them back in, and so they stick in. They just don't fit in really well. I did a star in my last video, and that had 2 layers, so they recessed these nodes, and I think that hole has made it more difficult for the nodes to stick in. So I'm just going to go around to each node and try to pop it out. If it's loose, I'll put a couple drops of hot glue on it. It doesn't really bother me. I wish I knew ahead of time. You know, you plan for it, and that's fine. I have a tip for feeding glue sticks. If you heat up this end a little bit, and then you can stick that in here, and that'll melt it to the glue stick in front of it, and that'll just continue to go through. Okay, this is the first one, so this wire is going to be hanging down from this hole, so I really want to hit this one well. That one's going to try to pop out. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to hang this on the wall. Here's the xConnect extension cord, and I plug this into port 4 of my Falcon F16V3 controller. Okay, I'm in Falcon controller now, and you can see I have the wreath set up on port 4, and the wreath is 99 pixels, and then there's 1 null pixel to make up for that 1 pixel that we zip tied to the back that we're not going to use. I'm going to go into status. I'll set this to test mode just to see if this is working. Yep, that looks great. Okay, let's go into xLights. This is the layout tab, and there's something interesting about modeling a wreath. One of the props is a wreath, and we can't use that because that only does 1 circle in the wreath, and we want 3 nested circles. So what we actually have to use is we have to use a circle prop, and that's what I've done here. So let's go to the settings for that. So it's 1 string, it's 99 nodes, and then for each ring of pixels, we put in the layer sizes, and in this case it's 33, 33, 33, and that gets us our 99. I mentioned earlier we're using bottom outer clockwise configuration for wiring. Remember, we wired them in reverse from the other side counterclockwise. And there's something else I want to show you. We can name these, and then we can model each ring individually. 1 is outer, 2 is middle, 3 is inner. I think that's self-explanatory. So now if we go into the sequencer, I have my wreath here. If we expand the wreath, we get the outer, middle, and inner. And we can, I'm going to output this to the lights, and we can send to each of these individually. So the center one is red, the middle one is green, and the outer ring is blue. And then we can drag props on here as well. This is the butterfly effect, and I think it looks fantastic. Okay, let's do a quick review. This is the Boscoyo Studio 42-inch ChromaWreath RGB. This costs $45 in the US plus shipping and has 99 pixels. For mounting, it didn't come with any instructions, but I liked the way the picture frame wire came together. I think that worked well. The size, it's big, 42 inches. I would go even a little bit bigger if I could find one, but it's a nice large prop. The weight is light. I think this is going to be a lot easier to get up on the ladder onto the house. The ease of construction, it was pretty easy to build. The only complaint I have is that the nodes didn't stick in. They were falling out and I had to use hot glue. That actually doesn't even bother me. I wish I'd known ahead of time, but there was an easy workaround. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to see it in my light show. I'd recommend it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when we release future videos. And take a second to add a comment. Interact with us. That really helps us in the search rankings. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. All right, let's go over our list of ingredients here. Did I just say ingredients? I think we're baking a cake. We'll need flour and butter and okay.